Will, we're Crossfire Co-op, and guess who we have caught in the Crossfire today? Joe King and Mark Gelineau. Right. So, they have an awesome series, Echoes of the Ascended.
Right.
And the series has a really interesting setup so that different audiences can pick and choose different things they like or get the whole story of the whole world. Could you tell us a little more about how that works?
Sure. So basically, all the novellas take place in a shared fantasy world, but each of the series kind of explores a different part of the world. So all the characters grew up together, but then have kind of since spread out into the world to explore different their different destinies, basically. So of the different series, there are 4 different series, and they're all kind of genre blends, basically. So, A Reaper of Stone and Book 2, Broken Banners, that's more of our epic fantasy with a strong, modern female protagonist. It's really kind of the blend there. Rend the Dark and Book 2, Skin Shaper is fantasy mixed with horror, but nothing too hardcore. I would say supernatural is kind of a good sort of point. And then Best Left in the Shadows is urban fantasy crime noir with a little bit of Romeo and Juliet mixed in. And then Faith and Moonlight is a young adult sword school story that kind of feels a little bit like a samurai Harry Potter.
So, how did you come up with this concept of a overarching world with multiple genres?
Well, we've always been comic fans, and we kind of wanted to do something in the same vein. It's kind of why each title you can read on its own. You're going to get the full story of everything that's going on there. On the other hand, if you read 2 series or 3 series, you start to get a bigger feel of what's going on in the world. A lot of references back and forth with each other. And, we wanted to give that feeling of it to be a little bit something for everybody. And then if you kind of invested a little bit more, you're going to get a little bit more out of it. And each series is kind of like an episode of a TV series. Each story is finished all on its own. But if you kind of watch the entire season, if you read the entire series, you're going to get a lot more out of it.
So I hear that there's an interesting way in the order in which you write Do you start with the first for one series and then
So what we will do is we started with A Reaper of Stone, and then that was book 1 of the series of the same name. And then we actually moved on to Rend the Dark for book 1, then Shadows, then Faith, and then came back around to hit the book 2. So right now, we have Broken Banners out, which is book 2 of Reaper of Stone, and then Skin Shaper, which is book 2 of Rend the Dark, came out 5 days ago. So we kind of made sure we had some paperback copies for the con. And then next month, book 2 and Best Left in the Shadows comes out. It's called Civil Blood.
Yeah, we're basically on a monthly cycle, so every month we're releasing the next book of whatever next series comes out. We keep cycling through all 4 series. So we're going through the 2s now, then once all the 2s are done, we'll do the 3s.
And if someone's interested in starting to check out your series, do you have an idea? Like, do they start with a particular?
We would say absolutely start with the series that jives with you. Like if you're really into things that are a little scarier, then start with Rend the Dark. If you love that sort of old-fashioned epic fantasy feel, but you want like a really cool kick-ass female hero, then go with Reaper. If the urban, like kind of crime, gang sort of thing is what you're speaking, then Best Left in the Shadows. Or if you like sort of more that story, it's Faith. But we wanted people to be able to kind of follow what they were interested in, and like if horror's not your thing, then you can skip one of the series and still be totally fine. So
that's one of the best, I think, parts of the concept is that you can really start anywhere. You can start in any of the series, and if you like that series that you went into, then you can check out the other series, and you'll always just get more. You're never going to feel like you've lost out on something. So absolutely, start with whatever you think you'll like.
I saw online that A Reaper of Stone is for free on your website right now, so people can delve into that, get a feel for the series.
yeah, absolutely. We really want people to get to know the characters, get to know the stories and the style of storytelling that we're doing, and hopefully get excited about it. And start off with Reaper and then move to banners, or start off with Reaper and then say, you know what, I really am interested in what that sword school is going to be like in Faith and Moonlight. And there's little Easter eggs and little bits of connection between all of them because of that shared world.
When we pitched our concept originally to people, the first thing people say is, "Oh, that's great," and then that's impossible. Because what we're trying to do is tell these great epic stories that we love, but do it in about a sixth of space. And so nobody believed that we could do it. And so finally we said, you know what? There it is. So you can check it out for yourself. But we just take out as much as we think we can. Just keep the core story. You're still going to get all the world building. You're going to meet great characters. Take it for a ride. But it's just going to happen a lot faster.
The feel of it, and this is something we really kind of wanted, was we wanted them to feel like a movie. We wanted them to feel like 2 hours of action and excitement and emotional moment of the characters, and then you're done and you're glad of the time you had, and it was a blast. Like, we wanted that sort of movie experience, but for readers.
How do you decide to put one and put it together to make sure
So, the way it typically works is Joe will kind of pitch an overall sort of outline or a story idea for where we're going, and then we'll sort of talk that through and kind of plan it out and see kind of how things are going to work, and then we will Joe will go back and kind of form an outline, pass the outline to me, and then I'll start writing. And then from that point, we bounce it back and forth, editing, rewriting, and rewriting, and rewriting, and rewriting, and cutting and revising before we're comfortable with it enough to send to our alpha. And then from there,
we actually end up cutting a lot more than goes into the final product, which we're really proud of. It takes a long time to do that, and to do that, we both have to put a lot of hats on. So there's a constant just back and forth and just polishing what's there. But the original groundwork, originally there's the story that's in place, and then the original Burroughs Mark just lets it all out, and then we go through and find it.
Okay. So, Crossfire fans where can they go to find more?
So, every one of the books is available both as an ebook or as a print book on Amazon, and then we're starting to get them into some of the other booksellers as well.
You can get all the samples and stuff for all the books on our website, www.gelineauandking.com. But they're all for sale on Amazon, including the free copy of Reaper. But you can get it in any format on our website.
I just want to take a second to point out this awesome artwork on the covers of Tell us a little bit about the art and how you decided on these looks for these characters.
Yeah, well, in terms of aesthetic, we really wanted to be honest in our world and just kind of represent things and how we thought they would be utilized. At the same time, we wanted these larger than life figures. And we're really proud of the way that we captured that on our world looks very functional and really awesome, and that's kind of how we kind of designed the whole world. Like how cool, how unique we make things.
Talking about Gelineau, how epically awesome she was.
Yeah, and Mark had a great encounter yesterday.
Yeah, there was just something that really kind of spoke to everything we kind of wanted to do with the art. But we're ever at the table, and this little girl, about 10 years old, comes running over, dragging her mom by the hand, and she stops in front and points to the banners cover, and she says, "Mommy, that's what a woman's arm is supposed to look like."
All right.
And Joe's got 2 daughters. It just made art. It was that's what we want. That's so.
She looks like she would be awesome at cosplay. So, are you looking forward to the day when someone walks up to you and you're like, "No, that's Gelineau"?
Oh my God! Yes, absolutely. I'm dreaming of that moment, especially being here, seeing the amazing cosplay coming through here. I can't wait for that.
We're definitely reaching out. If people would like to come and help us out, we've had some offers for some people, but absolutely, it'd be an absolute dream.
Very cool.
So, Any plans for this would be perfect for like an anime series, anything like that?
We've been talking about getting a graphic novel going.
Very cool.
We've also talked a little about getting something that skews a little bit younger. Like our fourth series is much more, it's a YA series, or 14. But even getting even younger than that, doing something kind of graphical. That would be really cool and fun. You know, I mean, of course, it's always great to see something on screen and stuff. So, you know, Mark's brother is in film and talking about writing some screenplays and stuff. We'd love to get out in any medium. Obviously, we're not. I mean, we're novel writers by heart, but we wrote a series of novellas. So we're willing to try anything to get good stories out.
Yeah, awesome. I'd like to thank you guys for being caught in Crossfire today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. We've been standing here not that long, but lots of people are interested in their books and get out of the way. But if you want to check out their books and meet them here at Silicon Valley Comic Con, today's the last day, so hurry!
I'd love to meet you all. Come on back.
Come on by and talk, and we'll show you some books.
All right.
Will you guys be at any cons coming up?
We'll be in San Diego in July, and then Convolution after that. And then I don't know, we're still planning out. But you can find us on Twitter and our website where we're going.
Yeah, they're very active on social media, so go check them out.
We'll have the links right here.
See you soon. Sorry.